Yourself off mute, Hector. And Raymond, you're suggesting I don't turn on original sound, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Hello. All right. Okay, there is a delay. That's amazing. Hello, everyone. Welcome from Cleveland Public Theater. Everyone, hola. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Faye Hargate, and I am the Director of Community Ensembles at Cleveland Public Theater. And on behalf of our board and the staff and all the artists that call CPT home, thank you so much for being here. We are going to have a quick welcome from the artistic director of Dia De Muertos, Ohio, Héctor Castellanos, Lara, who's also one of our featured artists this year, longtime friend, who will say a quick hello, welcome, bienvenidos to the event, and then we will pass it over to Raymond.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dia De Muertos. It's a beautiful day. Sunny, it's not gonna rain, it's a little cold, but we're really having a great time here at Cleveland Public Theater Church, celebrating our Dia de Muertos 16th anniversary. Yay, we made it. Even the conditions, as we know, they're very different this year, but we make it happen. And thank you to CPT and the staff. They have been very helpful. And our friends, amazing artists, they come back every year. And we have new artists also. They're making their altars at home. And you will be able to see them to the new transmission platforms that we have, the CPT, YouTube, and Facebook also. Please tune in. This is a little...
Thank you, Hector.
Hector, of the front main altar. So
let's go ahead. Pass it over to Raymond. Okay, Raymond is going to take.
Okay, Raymond, it's your.
Hey, everybody. I'm Raymond Bogdan. I'm the Executive Artistic Director at Cleveland Public Theater. I'm so happy to be here. Right outside my window, I'm looking down on a line of people getting ready to come in to the church space and see the beautiful work that Robin Robinson, Team Robin Van Leer, and Héctor Castellanos have created inside the church there. I'm just so grateful to everyone who's been involved, all of the artists, Jose, Olga, just everyone involved. I'm just really just thrilled that we've been able to do this. Giorgio, I think I already said Jose, Michelle, Faye, just so grateful that you've taken the time to share your art, because even though we can't gather together in person, we can come together as a community in a lot of ways. And your work is so inspiring. I'm so looking forward to hearing from you and about your experience and sharing your artistry with us. I just wanted to say also a huge thank you to Faye Hargate, who's been the line producer of this event, and to Casey Lowenthal, who's been supporting so much, Caitlin Lewins, Emma Wolpert, and Ashante Green, and the whole Cleveland Public Theater staff who've every year come together to make sure this event can be a success. And Héctor, thank you so much for the long relationship and everything you've done, not just this event, but so much you do for our community and sharing your artistry and connecting so many artists to the broader public. And then just a huge thank you to Detroit Shoreway. I know we're gonna hear from Josh later, but Josh, Jessica, Jasmine, and Jenny, the 4 Js, and Adam, and everyone else at Detroit Shoreway, thank you so much for what you do every day, but especially all of your support to make Day of the Dead happen. And now I get to, after all these thanks, I get to thank one more person who's gonna go next, my friend and just an incredible leader of this neighborhood, I can't say enough about the amazing difference that Councilman Matt Zone has made in his time in office and just the leadership he's brought here. The Gordon Square Arts District wouldn't be what it is today at all, nearly, Matt, without your leadership, without you bringing people together. You've done so much for our neighborhood. You've been such a huge supporter of Day of the Dead, and you've done so much for equity in our community and also for sustainability. And I'm so grateful to you for your leadership. And it's just my honor to get to introduce you as our councilman. It might be one of the last few times I get to. So I hope you at home watching and everyone can just get a round of virtual applause for our councilman, Matt Zone.
Thank you, Raymond. Today is a bittersweet day. You notice we all started off with our mask on. One of the things that I love and respect about Cleveland Public Theater is your unique ability to engage our community in such a responsible way. We wish we all could be together. Unfortunately, this pandemic has kept us apart, but we felt it was important to bring you high quality art and not interrupt the Dia de los Muertos event here in Gordon Square. It's one of my favorite days of the year. You can see I'm excited. I have my cool little mask. I have my cool shirt. I look forward to this day every year. And it would have been sad if we would have been able to not have the celebration today, to celebrate people, to celebrate those who we've lost in our past, but to celebrate life. It's a difficult time right now. I know many people in our society are suffering. So we hope today's event will bring you a little bit of joy and a little bit of hope for what tomorrow is going to bring us. As you said, Raymond, in a couple weeks, I will be transitioning from Cleveland City Council, but I'm really excited to help be one of the founders of this event and to work with your amazing team who creates so much vitality for our community. This event really celebrates and represents what is good about Cleveland. We are a beautiful mosaic tapestry of people and love and hope. And this event here really accentuates and celebrates what the Latinx community is doing to really enrich our life. So I'm looking forward to a great show today. And right now I want to introduce my friend, Héctor Castellanos, who is the founder of Day of the Dead. And so, Héctor, we're going to throw it back to you for a few brief words, but I appreciate and love each and every one of you and stay safe out there. Héctor, you're up.
Yes, I'm here. I was outside checking the lines. We are here inside the main altar. And thank you, Councilman Matt Zone, for this great support all these years. You know, I'm so excited that we're making it happen in this year. We're going virtual and in person at the same time. People can come and visit the beautiful altar made by Robin Van Leer, Robin Robinson, and myself, Héctor Castellanos Lara. And 6 more altars that have been done at homes by the artists. And we are all connected through Cleveland Public Theater, YouTube and FaceTime. Actually, Facebook. It's a beautiful day. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Faye Hargate, for being a great producer and also a special artist this year to make it an altar at the same time. It's not easy when you're organizing and putting things together and being an artist at the same time. You know, this is a lot of work, but I'm really very grateful for all the participants, Giorgio Sabino, Olga Rosado, Michelle Castellanos, Jose Montero, Faye Hargate, of course. You know, we love you. And we're really excited. And also we have Eduardo Rodriguez from the Mexican Committee. He's at the art house. He make the altar, and he's gonna be online soon. What else I can say? You know, we are open from 1 to 9. And because this is a special time of the COVID era, we have in 2 days for exhibitions. Tomorrow, Sunday, November 1st, also we're gonna be open from 1 to 9. I'm just gonna give you a little images here from for the event inside the theater. This is the main altar, silhouettes creating like an apartment building with different lifestyles of people. Beautiful icons from Robin Van Leer, Diego Rivera, Katrina. And we have this year a special musician over here. He's playing a guitar. We don't have musicians this year, but this is very special for us. So as we go outside, we go through here to the back door of the main altar. And you can see here is part of the action going on in the cemetery, created for Mark Yanks and Nina Hurin.
So beautiful.
I know you guys can see the sun. It's a beautiful, bright day. So I'm back to you, Faye.
Awesome. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna wear my mask.
Good job. Thank you for wearing your mask. Thank you, everyone, wearing their masks. So yes, Faye here again from Cleveland Public Theater. So grateful for your presence today and for taking some time to be with us as we honor our community and we honor this incredible and beautiful tradition. So right now it is my beautiful honor to introduce the most amazing Blanca Garcia Salva Rivera. And Blanca is here representing not only the neighborhood and the theater, but most importantly, Teatro Público de Cleveland. So thank you for being with us today, Blanca.
Buenos dias. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I am so humbled and honored to be representing Teatro Público de Cleveland. We launched our first show back in 2013, and we hit the ground running and haven't stopped, not even with COVID. Thank you all who are here today embracing this wonderful celebration, these artists who gave of their time and of their culture, and those who embrace the culture that honors Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos, because it is really a day to honor those who have crossed that bridge and moved on to the other world, and their way of showing respect and letting them know they haven't been forgotten. So this is a very, very beautiful celebration. And what I love about Cleveland Public Theater is that it's always been a safe place that has embraced people of every ethnicity, every culture, every religion. It is a safe space to blend in and educate others about what it means to be an inclusive society. And so I thank you all for being here with us today. For those of you who are out there live, please do so safe, wear your mask. I also want to say shout out because this is actually a mask that was made by a Mexican American out in California. And so thank you so much. Again, to all the artists here today and at altars at home, gracias con más profundo gratitud por su amor y su cariño y su cultura. So thank you very much. Next is going to be Joshua JJ from Detroit Shoreway. Take it away, JJ.
Thank you, Blanca. Hi, everyone. I'm really grateful to be here representing Detroit Shoreway Community Development Organization. We serve the Detroit Shoreway neighborhood, which includes the Gordon Square Arts District here. And if you are able to come down today, please mask up and do so safely. We have a lot of businesses with Dia de Muertos specials going on right now. Rincon Criollo is selling shish kebabs right on the sidewalk today. Blue Habanero has $6 margaritas tomorrow. And a few other businesses, Super Electric Pinball Parlor, Ocean, TRD Leather, Land of Plenty, and a new gift shop, Reverie Gifts, are all open this weekend. So if you can stop by, that's wonderful. If you're staying home, please support our businesses any way you can. You can find them at DetroitShoreway.org. We're thrilled to partner with the Dia De Muertos team and CPT every year. This is another great year. Really glad that we can connect despite the circumstances. And I'm so inspired by the artist's work. I really just can't wait to see more. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Josh. I'm so grateful for your presence and for your support of this really important event. So we are now going to take a moment to hear a little bit more from Héctor Castellanos Lara, the incredible artistic director of Dia De Muertos, Ohio. But before we do that, I did want to take a moment to once again give our gratitude and our thanks. I'm trying to find a good position. Our gratitude and our thanks to all of our community partners who had a moment to speak today. And then also, of course, to thank Raymond Bobkin, Cleveland Public Theater's Executive Artistic Director. With Raymond's ingenuity, patience, creativity, incredible love and compassion, we were able to re-envision this event. I think, as Héctor mentioned, we all were quite sad at the possibility of us not being able to present an event this year. And so it was really Raymond and Héctor working together along with the support of Teatro Público Executive Leadership Committee, who Blanca sits on that committee. So thank you so much for your leadership, Blanca. Deciding or imagining as a team what we might be able to do this year that both speaks to the current times and is safe and is a way for us to continue to have community. And again, it is Raymond's incredible leadership. And just want to say thank you so much to Raymond for that. So now we will move over, as I said, we'll move over to Héctor. And Héctor will share a little bit more about the history of Day of the Dead, Dia De Muertos. And then we will then go into our interviews with our altar artists. So for the speakers that have been present so far today, you are welcome to stay online with us right now on YouTube, or if you would prefer to depart and go ahead, maybe run on down to Cleveland Public Theater in your mask. And I'm so grateful. My friend Héctor gave me this mask today. Gracias, Héctor. It's so beautiful. But if you'd like to come down, again, the church property and the cemetery are open for the public viewing. So thank you again, Matt. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Blanca, for being here with us. And again, if you'd like to stay, you're welcome to. But if you'd like to depart, you're welcome to as well. And hello, Sophia. Hola, Sophia. So it is a family-friendly affair again. So now I will pass it over to our friend Héctor again to tell us a little bit more about Day of the Dead. And then Héctor, if you want to speak a little bit about the history of Dia De Muertos, Ohio, that would be great as well. And thank you, Héctor.
Hi, everyone again. Hi, Blanca, Salva. Good to see you. Sophia. Yes, we have been back to 2005 when a group of friends, we got together and we had the need to bring to the public the Dia de Muertos, or Day of the Dead celebration. And we started the series since then. The first 3 years in the East Side in Convivium 33. And in 2008, we moved to the West Side looking for a special place. And we were so lucky to meet Raymond Bobkin for the first time from Cleveland Public Theater. We work with also the Councilman Matson, they're always supporting the community events, especially this one that was new to the community. And Detroit Shoreway always have been there for us. So with that incredible support, it was possible to get organized with enough artists, especially for my friends from the Cleveland Museum of Art and other friends that have been collaborating for Dia de Muertos before, but we actually never had any formal celebration annually. So immediately, CPT said, yes, we have the place. And we came here, they opened the doors for us, and the support was there. It has been there since then. And new artists have been come every year. We have been changing new people that come and help. Some of the original members are not here anymore, but thanks to them, this event is still here because everyone has been working very hard. This year has been very hard and difficult, and believe me, like many events that happen all over, we say, no, it's not going to happen. Our priority is the safety and health from everybody. So we say, no, it's not going to happen. We bring in more than 3,000 people every year, and everything is, we get too close to people. We got this big hug. We embrace each other. It's a very special celebration, very spiritual and family oriented. So we didn't see a way. I'm sorry, we can do it until Raymond called me and we studied the possibilities. They can go virtual half of the event and the other part will be like in person, but less venues. The deals most directly with the essence of the Day of the Dead. And that's what you see in here in the main altar. You know, it's a lot of art involved this year, but it's around there in the walls. There actually is no more altars. There's only one, the main altar. So it requires a big determination and passion for the event because we didn't have enough time to bring things together, so we had to make them, you know. And we were glad to working with a lot of recycling materials with amazing artist friends and so talented, Robin Robinson and Robin Van Leer. Also, Faye Hargett came one night to the studio, at Robin's studio, and give us a hand painting skulls and the cardboard. Something we saw very far to end because it was a lot of hours to get it done. But there's a very big satisfaction that we can share with everyone. And I know Faye Hargett also has a main altar inside the Cleveland Public Theater. And it's something that definitely you're gonna be seeing online. The altars also from Giorgio Savino, Jose Montero, Michelle Castellanos, Olga Rosado, and our friend, Senor Rodriguez from the Mexican committee. He brought me 12 pieces of Day of the Dead bread. Not too many people are making this because the situation, you know, with the bakeries and stuff like that. But these were special made, and they're here in display. So I think Eduardo get up like around 3 o'clock in the morning and get it done. So I'm very grateful for that special gift that is now in our main altar. What else can I tell you? It is a beautiful day. You can come and take a look. You can talk to some of the artists to put together the cemetery, Mr. Mark Yanks and Nina Hurin. They have a huge collection of tombs. representing humans and also pets, something that you never seen all together in one place. A collection of banners, you know, they're so professional done. It's no way you can find this in any other places. So I'm being very grateful for all the support from the neighborhood and people that come every year. Faith, I think I'm going back to you. My battery is kind of getting weak again.
No
But
problem.
everybody's
I think
welcome. Please come.
Now segue over to our artists, so or our virtual artists. So as we've mentioned, we have 6 virtual artists this year who are creating from all over Cleveland and beyond. So we have a special national artist with us who has a special connection to Cleveland. Really wonderful curation, Hector, under a very, very short timeline. So great, so we're gonna go over to Jose Montanero, who will share with us about Jose's altar. So Jose, thank you so much again for being here and being involved. One second, I'm on speaker view. I want to go to gallery. I'm gonna unspotlight. Okay, and Hector, if you need to disconnect and come back, no problem. And yes, so thank you, Olga. So right after Jose, we will then go to our friend Eduardo, and we have 6 altars that we will be sharing information on today. And then we might get some additional information from our church altars. So great. So I'm going to spotlight Jose, and thank you, Jose, for being here.
Thank you, Faith, and I want to thank everybody, you know, to have the opportunity to listen to our stories. This is a wonderful event, you know, 16 years happening every year. I couldn't express, you know, more gratitude to be part of this event. I want to thank you know, Cleveland Public Theater and all of the members that make this event happen every year. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Venezuela. I've been here in the Cleveland area for more than 30 years. And I become involved in some of the arts and organizations back in the 90s, and that's how I got to meet Héctor as a friend and as a colleague. During that time, he was one of our featured artists for the Cleveland Hispanic Cultural Center, where I served as a board member. Then I attended, you know, different events throughout the area, invited, you know, by different artists. And one of the things that, you know, I like for participating in this, you know, great events is, you know, the culture here in Cleveland, a congregation of different, you know, nationalities, and get to, you know more about each other and their cultures. My altar this year, I would like to tell some story behind it. So as I said earlier, you know, I was born and raised in Venezuela. Some of you know we still facing some of political and social difficulties right now that have, you know, led by failing governments for almost 20 years. So we've had in the past probably 10 years a lot of demonstrations against our government. So I really want to pay tribute for, you know, some of the fallen heroes, which, you know, wanted a better life, a better future for their country. Some of these fallen heroes are featured here. We have some 3 students that became iconic in this protest, that were either murdered by some of the militias in this protest, or by some of the government police. I also here on this part of the altar, I'm paying tribute to some of my family members, my dad, my mom, which are became very influential in my life, and helping me growing up back home. Some other family members are featured here. My mother-in-law, some aunts, and some uncles here on this picture. Way on the back, I don't know if you can see. I have featured some art that I have collected throughout the years. Those are some of the houses that are primarily in some of the neighborhoods that we can still see in Venezuela, which are very old houses. Some of these houses are probably about not this ones here that I'm featuring. These are made by some of the artists, back home. Some of the art that I've been collecting, some of the artwork that I've have restored in my spare time. I would consider myself an artist at heart, even though I work in the computer industry. But since I've been involved in art for so many years, in my spare time, I like working, refinishing wood, old furniture, antique furniture. So some of this art here, I've been collecting for so many years. So part of the events here that we have been involved. This is all difficult times, for everyone. But we with the help of everybody, we made this event happen this year, like Héctor stated, and it's gonna be happening for many years to come. And I'd like to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to share my story.
Thank you so much, Jose. We are
You're
now
welcome.
going to, yes, thank you. We are now going to move over to Eduardo Rodriguez, and thank you for being here, Eduardo. And also, please, everyone, please feel free to share either in Spanish or English as you feel best communicates your artwork. Gracias. Oh, Eduardo, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. So, hi, welcome. This is, I'm Eduardo. I'm from the Mexican committee, and I'm here with Ray and Patty, that they helped me to do this altar to celebration this Day of the Dead in 2020 online version. So I'm from Mexico. I'm not really an artist, but thanks for the invitation, because I really appreciate this invitation, and it's very an honor to be part of this celebration, because I have 5 years living in Cleveland, and every year I have to do this celebration, share this tradition, and enjoy this moment with the persons that pass away in this special day, to have this special food or special encouragement to do that. So I going to talk about a little bit of the altar that we make, but I pass the voice to Ray and Patty to explain a little more.
Hi everybody, so we are family, Roy and me, and Eduardo is he has a 6 feet distance, so I'm gonna the mascarilla. So our theme for this year is in memoria de Chespirito. I don't know who knows Chespirito. It's the best program in the world. It's from Mexico, and it's highlight meaning of how an altar for the dead is made, and how we carry the encounter of the beings that visit us for a positive and joyful perspective. So, you know, if you remember that the favorite food for the Chavo del Ocho, Chespirito, Roberto Gómez Bolaños is the torta de jamón. Yo no vi ningún programa donde él se comiera una torta de jamón, siempre se la quitaban, se la tiraban. So eso es bien chistoso. Y he had 5 characters: El Chavo, Chespirito, Doctor Chapatín, Chaparrón Buenaparte. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Héctor. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you, everybody who made this. So thank you very much. So Ray is the next person. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Esparza, also a member of Comité Mexicano. I'm going to talk a little bit of the meaning of some of the items that we have at the altar. For example, water, which is the source of life, is offered to souls to quench their thirst. Salt, the element of purification, which serves that the body is not corrupt and is round trip. We also, you can see, we don't have the actual candles lighted, but we have the fake ones with the battery. So that's the light, the way of the dead. We also have flowers, which they are a symbol of festival for their colors and aromatic stale. Also, in traditional altars, there's actually it's one of the first steps in which you burn incense or copal, and that is to clean the area from evil spirits, such that the soul, when visiting, they can come without any danger. And one of the other things, and Patti mentioned it, El Chavo, his favorite food was torta de jamón. It's bread with ham, like a sandwich.
Mayonnaise.
And so that was his favorite food. And in the altars, it's also tradition to put their favorite foods. And like Patti mentioned, from all the shows for many years that we saw from Chespirito, El Chavo del Ocho, he always craved having a torta de jamón, but in all the episodes, you never see him eat a torta de jamón because either they threw it off his hands, they took it away, something happened. But from all the episodes, he never eats a torta. At least that's what we saw. So this is like I said, our altar. It was in honor of Roberto Gómez Bolaños, and it's a comedian from Mexico, which it's an iconic figure in Mexico. Most, if not everyone in Mexico knows who this character is, and there were different characters that he played a role in, and it was a comedy show that not just kids but teenagers, adults still have fun. They laugh at watching his comedy scripts. So with this, that's our altar. Like I said, it was a pleasure working, and it has been a pleasure working with Héctor and Cleveland Public Theater. For the past, I've been working with Eduardo. He invited me, so I've been working with for this event, I think, for the past 3 or 4 years. So it's been a pleasure year after year, and unfortunately this year we had to go live. One comment that I was making, Héctor, when we started here today, it's sunny out there, and every time I think I've worked at the parade, we had some rain, and today we didn't. It was sunny all day. So thank you everyone for having us, and we enjoyed participating with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Eduardo and team. So I think I'm up next. And all right, so very close. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Faye. And so this is the altar that I've created this year for Day of the Dead. I've had the yes? Hello? Okay. I've had the awesome privilege to be a witness and a visitor of the Dead with the long collaboration with Cleveland Public Theater and Hector. And this year I got a chance, I was selected by Hector to be one of the altar artists. So I'm typically a theater artist, so like a performing artist. So I put my face today. But so this is a little journey that I've set up in, we'll go like this.
Showing her altar. She's showing her altar, I think.
Of Cleveland Public Theater. So it starts here. Wait, sorry. Oops, my Purell dropped. Okay. So it starts here, and it's kind of like evoking the idea of a bedroom. And then we get here. So one of the things that I've been playing with through my artwork is working with some tarot cards. So I kind of take the audience, which is you all right now, on a little path. So we have the Chariot, and then we have this card. Then I'll just kind of take you through. I hope the camera, yeah, I think this is okay. I'm gonna take my shoes off. Okay, 1 second. Thank you for being patient. My name is Faye, as you know, and I am actually, my name means magical and fairy-like. So one of the things I like to do is make these like little fairy trails. So this is what I would call one of my fairy trails. So you can walk it with me right now. And this altar is honoring my great aunt Lynn, who was a famous pop singer in the 50s and 60s. And then we have this, and we have the Queen of Wands who's helping us, and we have the High Priestess. And we have a good reminder to stay 6 feet back. And then we got some other things. Ooh. And we have this little box. So the idea is that there are little like magic things. So we have the Fool. And to be silly, to be a fool, we're going to need some strength and some wild ideas. And we might even need to connect with our dark side a little bit. And then we come here, which is like the main altar. So we have the sun and temperance, the world. And then we get in close. Yeah. If you can see it. Great Aunt Lynn. Yeah. We have some fairy books. So these are Welsh fairy tales and a map and just a whole bunch of stuff. So thank you for walking my fairy path with me. Again, I just feel so lucky to be able to channel her this year for not only myself, but also my family. We were able to have a very small gathering of family, but she passed away at in February of this year. So March is kind of when everything got a lot different for us. So I'm really grateful to be able to honor my great Aunt Lynn in this year's Day of the Dead. So thank you so much, Hector, for selecting me. And then inside it, there are little like clues and different memories and provocations, I guess you could say. And then I also honor my cat, Louise, who was my best friend, and my cat, Louise, black cat. So I always think about her on Halloween and Day of the Dead. And she passed away about 5 years ago, and she was like my first cat. And it's a really funny story, which I'll tell on my Facebook feed, so I'm not going to tell it here. And then also honoring Nora Dog, who's a little Westie, a little white Westie, named Venora for the white wind or the strong wind. And then also, so that is my partner, Jeremy's dog that passed away this year as well. And then also Lola Secor Rothman, or Lola May Secor Rothman, who is my partner's grandmother who passed away this year. So again, a lot of little fairy tricks and treats. And thank you again so much for this opportunity, Hector. And then I am going to end my feed and we are going to move over to Giorgio. So let me just stop my video and then we will move over to gallery for a moment and then we'll move over to Giorgio. Hello, Giorgio. Thank you so much for being here in a mask, no less.
Oh yeah. Buenos dias. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Cleveland. Please go down to Cleveland Public Theater to see the main altar and join Hector Castellanos Lara. So we thank him, Public Theater, as well as all the sponsors. So appreciate you guys putting this on. My altar is about my mom, and she passed when I was 10. And so I'd like to give you a little look of what I have put together for her and to honor her and celebrate her life and legacy. I appreciate you guys. So if I get up a little bit and kind of show you. She was a very wonderful woman, and I'll start lower. She provided me with my knowledge and starting me off in the world of art and helped me draw and extreme and learn a lot of different things from her. So it's been amazing to watch her travel. She was also a very people's person, so she really enjoyed family and friends. And she took in friends, which was amazing for how I am. And so again, I have a lot of different things that represent her life, her legacy. From there, we could say that she had a lot of life lessons that she presented. And so how is the time? Now is the time to live your ideal life. That's one. And then the second one would be in the present moment. You even have to transform the past. So of course she enjoyed some wine. As I said, she enjoyed traveling. Just an amazing person to know, be around. And if you can see back in the back where all these names of family and culture. So we come from a very long line of loving people, very enjoying life, and to the extreme of that. She was a Barbara Streisand, loved her movies. And so I put some fruit out and to honor her, as well as some wine, some water, some salt. And that way you guys can enjoy my mom, and what she has done for me is help me grow and live life, enjoy this to the fullest. And I hope I represent her well. That's the beauty of that I have to share, is that she's a very amazing woman, and I look forward to seeing her in the future. So that's for sure. I'd like to turn it over to the next artist.
Thank you so much, Giorgio. Really quickly, did Did you, I might have misheard, or maybe I didn't hear. Did you share your mother's name?
I did not. Her name was Rita. Was her first name. Absolutely. Thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. That was really beautiful. All right, so who do we have next? Oh, we have Michelle. And Michelle, you're not in Cleveland, right? Where are you, my friend?
Hello, I am in Georgia. So I'm just going to turn my live camera here from Facebook, and there we go. Hi, everybody. I am Michelle Castellanos. My father is Héctor Castellanos, and I currently live in Georgia. Many know I moved here 5 years ago. Prior to me moving, I have been involved with Dia de Muertos. I was the one always painting everyone's skulls on their faces and I was the face painter. And, I grew up with my father doing a lot of the art projects and just going to many of his events. And so yeah, my kids, I have 5 children. And so many of them grew up doing this as well. So one of, moving down here, I was sad missing out on a lot of the events that I grew up going to. So I am so happy and honored to be part of the virtual Dia de Muertos this year. And I was very excited when my dad asked me to join the rest of the artists, which is weird because I've never really identified myself as an artist. More of a crafter, stay-at-home mom crafter, but I enjoy doing this project, and I have to say that I've learned a little bit more of the Mexican culture moving down to Georgia, and I've made many more Mexican friends down here, and I enjoy it and I love it, and the food and the culture and everything is just beautiful. So with that being said, I'm going to present my altar. I have done, today my altar is honoring 2 very special people in my life. Let me switch this here. So I know it was explained earlier with the meaning of the altar. Basically, you have your papel picado, which is the banner that I have up there. And it just basically represents, the union between life and death. And then you have your skulls, your sugar skulls, and my Catrina right there, obviously representing, the deceased family members and whatnot. Many do the sugar skulls out of sugar or candy, chocolate, and they are eaten the day of the celebration. So I'm going to start on this side here. I have my grandmother. Oh, I'm standing in front of the other. I have my grandmother who passed away in July. Her name is Blanca Gomez. And these are some of the pictures that I came across when we were putting together a slideshow for her funeral. And I was just so impressed with the foxy woman that she was. And so I have put out some of her favorite things, one being candy. She had a sweet tooth, which was, we share that. We also share a birthday. So we share the sweet tooth addiction as well. So I put that out. One of her favorite things also was coffee. So I have put coffee out, and I have her pan de muerto out for her with some more sweets. She was also part, in Guatemala, she was also part of one of the first women's soccer teams. And she always loved the sport and was my daughter's biggest fan. So she has that. I have more of the papel picado banner. Some of the flowers, these flowers, the yellow flowers, are also a representation, for the deceased. And we have candles here as well that also are not just to honor the deceased family member, but also serve as a guiding light for their soul. I know it was mentioned earlier again, I have the water put out and the salt, and the waters to, to quench their thirst, also to strengthen them for their journey, their return. And so I just have some other, things out, and we have the cross sugar skulls, and some more of the banquet, the feast that you put out for them. And then I'm going to start with my mother-in-law, Ramona Rosa. So there's her.
Wow.
And
Beautiful. Take your time. You're good. Michelle, if you want, we can also take a pause and come back.
oh, that's okay. So she unexpectedly passed away 3 years ago. And so I have laid out her favorite coffee. And she loved drinking coffee. And she also taught me how to make, she's Puerto Rican, and she taught me how to make, the Puerto Rican rice. And I had also put out the pan de muerto for her, and her candles to represent her. I also put red and blue flowers out for her, just to represent, Puerto Rico colors. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't expect this to happen. But this is my altar, and so just wanted to hope you all enjoyed it. And we have Ramona Rosa and Blanca Gomez.
Michelle, thank you so much. I know
Thank you.
all very meaningful for all of us, for different ways. And your mother-in-law, you said she was Puerto Rican, and she taught you how to do some cooking. Is that right?
Yes, she did. She taught me how to make a lot of Puerto Rican meals. The rice, and I just slowly went learning. So my parents are Guatemalan, but I learned how to cook Puerto Rican cuisine before I learned how to cook Guatemalan food. So, and I owe that to her then.
Well, I'm so grateful for you sharing, and I'm also I'm excited because we're going over to Olga Rosado, who is Puerto Rican, and who will be sharing with us her altar. So thank you so much, Michelle. And
thank you.
Thank you for being here. You look amazing.
Happy Dia de Muertos, happy Day of the Dead. Again, first and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to Cleveland Public Theater, Héctor Castellanos, Faye, and the rest of the team from CBT. I have known Héctor for many years, and I'm going to tell you a secret. I am the one who has been leading the Dia de Muertos parade, a procession of skulls and skeletons, probably for at least 10 years out of the 16, which for me is an honor. I am Puerto Rican, but I have a very profound love and respect for the Mexican culture. I love the country, and this is a tradition that, of course, I couldn't say no. There's no way that I could refuse, because we have the responsibility to pass on the legacy to the next generations. I also have been involved with Cleveland Public Theater with participating with Recipe para la Vida, where also my daughter Becky was part of. We wrote some of our family stories that we have been passing on from generation to generation. So you know a little bit about me. I also have been involved in the Latino community in Cleveland as a community advocate against domestic violence, sexual violence, human trafficking, trying to assist those individuals who have been underserved, not served, discriminated, oppressed, and those who haven't received social justice. I also have been involved with the immigration, the immigrant community, not only from Mexico, but from Guatemala, Salvador, Nicaragua, Venezuela. I have heard so many stories that they're really heartbreaking. For me, Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead, is such a very important event. And let's face it, we all gonna get there at some point. Just our ancestors got there before us, and many other people as well. So hopefully when it will be our turn, the future generations will be honoring us as we honor our ancestors. I feel that we owe that to them, because if we are here today celebrating this beautiful event, and it's type of a ceremony and celebration of life, it is because of them. We are here because they survived what they had to survive in order for us to be here. So my inspiration for Day of the Dead this year, well, there are multiple. First and foremost, COVID-19, this pandemic has taken its toll out of many of us in many aspects of our lives, because I really enjoy being out and about in the community, gathering with people, having fun, playing music, dancing, you name it. But due to the pandemic, it brought us to celebrate Dia de Muertos this year. And again, we owe this legacy to the future generations. So let me see if I can show you closer. Again, I came from Puerto Rico, and you know that Hurricane Maria took a toll on many of my fellow Puerto Ricans who were living the island. My daughter Becky is a survivor of Hurricane Maria, and our Titi Nilda, it's our great auntie. And even though she survives Hurricane Maria, she recently passed the 12th of this month. She died at the age of 97, and we're still grieving her loss. We honor her life and show respect, having pictures. This happened at the time that we were getting together the altar for Day of the Dead. I was like, oh, gave me really the inspiration to get the altar sooner than later. So let me see if I can show you.
Thank you, Olga. This is beautiful.
You're welcome. Let me see if I can position this the other way. Okay. If you can see the yellow vase right there, the remains of my mother are inside that vase. She used to be a midwife nurse for over 40 years. So her picture is right there, dressing up as a nurse when she graduated from nursing school. Let me see. Titi Nilda right there, if you can see it. I don't know if the light is helping. Yeah. She was 17 when she got married, and that's her, that beautiful picture is the original one, so I can barely touch it. My grandfather is right next to her. We have the water, the pan de muerto, copal, our Virgin of Guadalupe, who is the matriarch of the Americas.
Camilo Sesto.
We also have, can you see from there?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so the very original picture from my parents when they got married with Titi Nilda and my grandmother. I also honor some of the Latino performers and artists who also passed, like Jose, who is also from Mexico, Juan Gabriel, Héctor Lavoe from Puerto Rico, Camilo Sesto from Spain. They're all here. my late sister-in-law, my late father-in-law, deeply beloved man, again, our Virgin of Guadalupe. This box right here, this wooden box that I don't know, let me see. That wooden box where that picture is holding that picture. That wooden box is very significant for us. That wooden box was made by my grandfather as a wedding gift to my grandmother. And keep in mind that the youngest child of that matrimony, that relationship, it was my auntie who passed the 12th of this month. So that wooden box right there is over 100 years old. That has been passing on from generation to generation. My grandmother gave it to Titi Nilda, and then Titi Nilda gave it to me.
Wow.
So again, that is my inspiration for Day of the Dead. Having an altar at home is also helping us with the process of grieving. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be here.
Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you. Let's all please clap for each other for the beautiful altars that we've all shared. We just highlighted our 6 virtual artists. Now, I'm wondering if someone, at-home artists, I'm wondering if someone, or at home, I mean, I'm at my second home right now. Jose, would you mind sharing with the wider public how people will be able to access your altar and our altars today? And the timeline, if you remember that?
You mean to share with everybody?
Yeah, so like we have right now, and you're on speaker view, so I'm gonna go back to the gallery. So we have a couple different ways in which you, the public, are able to appreciate the incredible artistry of Cleveland. And one of those ways is through Cleveland Public Theater and Teatro Público de Cleveland's Facebook live stream. So right now we are live streaming from the church, and we will, before we close this kickoff, have the opportunity to speak with Robin, and Hector, or Robin Robinson, Robin Van Leer, and Hector Castellanos, Lara. But what about look, Hector's outside with the big heads. Oh, Hector, thank you for doing this. So I'm gonna spotlight this, and then Jose, will come back to you 1 second for info. So
okay.
We have the big heads. Hola, big heads. Hector, do you wanna go off mute?
Yeah, very quickly, because Robin Van Leer is upstairs waiting.
Okay.
But here's the big cabezudos. Abuelo Rolando is right here with the 2 skulls, and they just finished dancing in this beautiful bright day. Here's a line of people waiting to get in. There's a lot of control. Everybody's wearing a mask, keeping the 8 feet distancing. That's beautiful. Hello. Cemetery, people in the cemetery is also taking a lot of photographs, leaving a lot of messages. So probably tomorrow around 10 o'clock, we're gonna have a big circle, and we're gonna be praying, and we're gonna burn all those messages. We promise not to read them. So back to you, Faye. Thank you.
Well, 1 second, Hector, can we just say hello? Can we get a bow from the big heads?
Okay.
And these heads, Hector, can you tell us the history of these heads? How old are they?
Okay. Actually, they start dancing again. They're like 4 years.
For a second.
We made it 4 years ago. They were very similar. The heads wearing different costumes. And this year we decided to bring them back alive. Thanks for your idea, Faye. So they can be revived for Dia de Muertos. And of course, you know, they're transforming. This is a permanent makeup. It's a permanent paint. Thank you to John Hargate. She paint 2 of the skulls. And I paint Abuelo Roland that is right here.
Hola, abuelo. ¿Cómo está?
They're busy dancing. They're not going to stop. It's a bright day, you know. Okay, going back to you.
Thank you, Hector. Thank you. My gosh.
You're welcome. Bye.
So so Hector, we'll see you upstairs. So go ahead, go upstairs to Robin Van Leer.
There.
Yep, great. So that was a great segue because I do want to thank Teatro Público de Cleveland and Monica and Magda and Alicia, who are in the big heads today. So members of TPC and family members of Teatro Público de Cleveland. And thank you, Mom and Hector, for updating our big heads. So I'm so grateful that they are in the neighborhood. So we also have a couple other artists that are walking the neighborhood doing in Day of the Dead costumes. So just wanted to say thank you to Robin Heinrich for coordinating that, incredible artist. Robin also has, I think, an altar in the outdoor cemetery, so you could check that out. So Robin Heinrich is an incredible artist and collaborator that we're working with. And Robin collaborated with Mark Jenks to costume the artists that have volunteered their time to walk in costume and bring a little bit more festivity and life to the neighborhood. And thank you so much, Big Heads, for your incredible presence. Yes, clapping for the big heads. Okay, so Jose, if someone wants to see your page, your altar today, and they missed this,
yes,
what can they do to find us?
They can so they can do a search on Facebook and search, for their artist name. Also, what we can do as a group, we can publish, everyone's link in their home pages. That way, it gets out to your friends list, and then they can go individually and look at everyone's altar. That's one way to do it.
Thank you so much, Jose. That's absolutely correct. So we will be live streaming our altars today, at least from 3 p.m. That we've already passed, obviously, until 7 p.m. today and tomorrow. Some of the artists may decide to go longer because I like to kind of see the preparation. So artists may choose to go longer. That's on their accord. And so please check us out. The information will be on Cleveland Public Theater and Teatro Público de Cleveland's Facebook pages with the event details, and then as well as Dia De Muertos, Ohio. So you can find all that information online. If you have ability to, please check out our altars. They might change as well. So, as my friend Hector this week said, we were talking and he said, oh, well, okay, yeah, we have to do that meeting. And I said, yeah, we do. Because that's a part of making artwork. And then I said, Hector, I don't know if I'm ever going to be done. And he says, yes, well, it's never finished. So you get a chance to see where our altars are at today. So with that in mind, we are going to go into the closing segment of our virtual kickoff. Thank you again for being here. Cleveland Public Theater, Teatro Público de Cleveland, Dia De Muertos, Ohio. We are so grateful for you tuning in today. And I see someone who's trying to get in. They'll find it. Hopefully they'll find it. They'll go to where the people are. Hello. That way, go that way. Follow the arrows. So we're gonna go over to our church to speak with Robin Van Leer, Hector Castellanos, and Robin Robinson, who coordinated to make the main altar this year in our old historic church, which is a property on Cleveland Public Theater's property. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight your videos, and Robin and Hector, thank you again so much for your artistry. And I've highlighted all three of you. I'm going to ask Hector to come on video. And please take a moment, you incredible artists, to share about your, not only the altar that you made in the church this year, and speak to us about the inspiration for that, but also if you would like to share about yourself, your artistry, your connection to Cleveland Public Theater and Hector, be beautiful. And why don't we start with Robin Robinson? And I also know that the three of you worked together to kind of coordinate what you might be sharing today. So if you want, Hector, go ahead and go off mute, and this can be more of like a casual conversation between the three of you. We have the awesome opportunity to witness. So thank you again, and I'm so grateful to hear from you. Take it away.
All right. We are here on the second floor of the church of CPT. I'm here with Robbie Garcia, Jesse Reinhardt is visiting. It has been a big pleasure to be part of this Dia De Muertos
Hector, 1 second.
2020. Great
Hector,
collaboration.
if you take your mask down, we can't hear you. There.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That sounds better.
You know, we get used to this now and go to sleep with my mask. But okay, so
we have one person.
It has been a great collaboration working with Robin Van Leer and Robin Robinson. It's the first time that we work together, the three of us. We always get together with projects for Parade the Circle, but this is the first time to work together for Dia De Muertos. And believe me, it wasn't easy in the beginning because we all come up with different ideas, but at the end we combine them and we get this beautiful display, an incredible installation, a lot of painting and drawing and cardboard and corrugated cardboard, and also we did silhouettes in black material and in white material to simulate a building with different apartments. Maybe I can show you some of that. That's the main altar right at the end. People start coming. They stay there for 4 or 5 minutes to admire our art. That I'm very, very excited and very grateful for their work. Again, you know, tons of hours were dedicated to create this installation. It's something that you're not gonna find in any other place. It's a unique Dia De Muertos main altar done for this year, 2020, during the COVID-19 era. Here with me is Robin Van Leer, and probably she can tell you more about our main subject in the main altar. And again, you know, we have a lot of thoughts about how we're gonna do this, and at the end, we came up with all this incredible installation, a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas, and people really want to stay longer to take a good look and photographs of these amazing art that was done during the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Robin. Here it goes.
Let's go to Robin Robinson, because Robin Robinson,
Robin Robinson, okay.
You helped with the centerpiece, correct?
Yeah, can you see me? I mean, I'm in my studio and the sun is so bright. It's hard to, I don't know if you can see me or not.
We can see you. You look quite angelic.
My hair is white, so I have a halo. But yes, I mean, it was, first of all, I want to thank Hector, Robin Van Leer, and CPT for including me in this marvelous venture. I have a little bit of history with CPT and Faye because we did the mural on, or with the assistance of Ananda Naiu from Brazil. We did the mural in front of Lakeview Terrace Apartments. Another marvelous venture. But with Hector and Robin Van Leer, as Hector mentioned, we do, or we've worked together on the Parade the Circle. And typically on the Parade the Circle, we do our individual things. But this was the first time we actually collaborated as a team. We had meetings, we decided on what we would do as a theme for the altar. And one of the things that we decided was to do a tribute to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because she recently had passed away. She meant so much to the country and to people. So she is the centerpiece of the altar. And I was blessed that they chose me to do that. Also, we decided, as Hector mentioned, to make the altar more of a community. So the pieces, the sculptures, the silhouettes have some relationship to each other in a way that an apartment complex would. And then we did the silhouette, the sculpture silhouette or skeleton silhouettes on the windows, and the cardboard skeletons at the base of the windows. So, I mean, the whole venture was exhilarating. I loved it. I appreciated being included. And between Hector and Robin, whatever they want me to do, I will do, because I love them both very, very much. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin Robinson. And now let's to Van Leer.
Hey everybody. Here. There. So I'm up in the balcony above the altar and the Orthodox. And as I talk, I'm going to just sort of keep sweeping around. Maybe you can see the pictures. I'm giving credit to other inspirations. The frieze of skeletons along the wall down below, they're painted on just pieces of cardboard boxes, but they were really inspired by a group from Mexico called La Cucaracha. And they were visiting in Cleveland a year ago now. And they had these puppets actually that had this same effect. And the whole background was a frieze of figures that were carved into yellow foam. And we didn't have time to do all that, but we really thought that if we worked on cardboard, we could get a lot of the same effect. And I know Hector showed some pictures earlier, but I really encourage you to come out today or tomorrow to see the altar in person. It's a nice space. It's safe. You come in with your family and your pod, and you have the space to yourself for 5 minutes. And it's a gorgeous day today, and it'll be going until 9 tonight. And come and see. The other thing that we put, since we couldn't have the parade this year, at the front of the altar, you can see Katrina Calavera and young Diego and Hector's skeleton musician, mariachi puppet. And we brought them to share the altar space with all of our new artwork and our apartment complex of individuals. So I don't need to talk more. You should just come and see stuff. Okay, have a good day. Bye.
I think that's a great way to end. I love that. Please come out, come for yourself. We, as Robin mentioned, so we have events happening at Cleveland Public Theater, socially distant, today from 1 until 9 p.m. and then tomorrow from 1 until 9 again. We ask that everyone wear a mask so we stay safe. And you'll have about 5 minutes in the church to enjoy the altar created by Robin, and Hector, and then also time in the outdoor cemetery that was coordinated and created by Mark and Nina. So thank you again for being with us today. Again, on behalf of Cleveland Public Theater and all of the artists that are so privileged, many of the artists that you see here today, to call Cleveland Public Theater home. We are so thankful, and we wish you a beautiful weekend with sunshine and memories and joy and family and community. And please stay safe. So with that, thank you again. We're going to end the live broadcast. And once again, you can access our virtual events through Facebook. So all of the artists have their Facebook lives going right now. So you can check that out at your leisure today from until 7 p.m. and then again tomorrow from 3 until 7 p.m. And every artist is going to kind of interact with their Facebook page in the way that works best for them. So I invite you to please pop around virtually. Our TPC and CPT pages are also live, so you can check out the church from time to time. I think Raymond Bobkin has also put his Facebook live. And once again, thank you so much to Raymond and to everyone who made this possible this year. And we hope that you will join us for Dia de Muertos, Cleveland Public Theater, Teatro Público de Cleveland's 2020 Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos event. So goodbye, everyone. And thank you again for being here.